Hey, good evening, everyone. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to Inspirations for Your Life. I know it's just a couple minutes before midnight, but I always promise to get these out to you before I go to sleep. So, welcome. We have a great master topic that we'll get to in just a second. And I want to say thank you to you, whether you're tuning in now at midnight or lunchtime or 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. or 4 a.m., whatever time it is. I'm very grateful that you've made the choice to be here and listen to this great content to inspire you to become a better version of yourself. If you're new, grab your smartphone, launch your camera app, point over to the QR code like so, touch the link tree, my little yellow ellipse, which is the link tree. If you can't get there by that way, then go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing creations. All right. Great to have you with me tonight, just for these hours. Hey, RFM, how are you? I always promise to get these out before I turn, and sometimes I have a little bit of a busy day. Anyway, so we're talking tonight about a very interesting topic. And that topic, ladies and gentlemen, is understanding the whys of life and how to choose a path. For some really great tips on this, I'll get pretty deep tomorrow on my show live on Inspirations for Your Life, Drive Time National Radio. Just you can go to believemeachieve.com at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Click on the radio show, and you can catch it right there. I'm also very grateful to Sheila Mack, as I'm co-hosting with her on her show in San Bernardino, California, and hitting close to 15 million people with our brand new show there. So, the whys of life. And so, the way I want to explain this to people is that these whys show up not to confuse us. They show up so that we can bring out that greatness inside of us. Now, what I like to think of ourselves is that we are this amazing 3.0 version of ourselves already inside that beautiful Italian marble. And it's just waiting to come out, right, of that beautiful stone. Unfortunately, some of us never chisel away. They just stick with that block and then nothing happens. All right, so let's talk a little about how this happens. So people get stuck. And so the reason it happens is because people get scared. Some people get lazy. And those are the truthful reasons. But the whys in life are actually here to help us dig deep within inside us to bring out that 3.0 version of ourselves, right? To chisel away all the dust and surround ourselves with an amazing 3.0 version of ourselves that's already inside us, just waiting to come out. So one of our greatest inventors of time, of a great invention, and many inventions, I should say, is Mr. Benjamin Franklin. So he came out with the lightning rod, bifocals, the Franklin stove, and he came out with something really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that is? That is the Benjamin Franklin decision-making method. So what I do a lot of times, and it could be just in everyday life, or it could be in a sales process. It's a great tactic to use in a sales process. We could be at the end of the talk, and the person's on the fence, like they don't know if they really want to do it. So what I do is I take a piece of paper, just like so, and I draw a line down the center of it, and then I leave a little bit of room, and I go from the top left over to the top right, leaving maybe an inch or two, and I write plus on the top, and I write minus on the right. All right. And then what I do is I come over to the prospect, and I grab a pen, and I say, so let's talk about this. So the reasons you want to have this is you'll be more productive, greater staff, and I keep going through all the things, and I get like 10 or 15 on there. And then I go, now it's your turn to write down all the ones that you feel would not be in favor. And they go through this withdrawal symptom, like, huh? You just helped me with this. but I'm not going to help them come up with the negative ideas. And usually they'll put one or two down. And then I just shut up and I wait for a moment or two. And usually within a few moments, they'll say to me, well, I can't think of any more. Well, it sounds like you've already made your decision from what I can see here. Benjamin Franklin was one of the greatest inventors of our time, and he's helped us today to help you see that moving forward is going to definitely make sense. So, what color did you want to take that in? And did you want to take delivery on Friday or on Monday? And so, when we relate back to history, especially at great inventors of our time, who can negate that? No one. I have another one. If someone doesn't want to discuss something to go further with you, like, a new idea, and I say, Colonel Saunders, when he came up with this idea in the patent office, he came up with the idea and the patent office wasn't closed. So he could actually get that idea to market. And you and I can be benefiting, which we are, from his invention today and many others. You don't want to close the patent office, do you? I know you want to grow and continue. So let's continue talking about how this might be a benefit for your business. The whys of life. Understanding that the 3.0 version of yourself is already inside. It's just fighting to come out. You got to just dust off, right? Some of the dirt and chisel away a little bit. And as we chisel, we start to learn that there's a lot more amazing stuff inside us. A lot more amazing stuff. And this amazing stuff will surprise you once you see how it's starting to affect your life. That's right. But people get scared. They don't believe they have that confidence. You know what I say all the time, ladies and gentlemen? You know what that is? And the one thing I'm going to tell you is you can't become anything to yourself or to anyone else for that matter if you don't start first believing in yourself. You have to believe before you can achieve. If you really believe, and I'm not talking about believing just for one day or believing just for 1 minute or just for the hour, you need to continuously believe and achieve. And then you will astound yourself. You will like, where was I hiding? And you start to see little bits of the 3.0 of you come out and you're like, I got to keep going. I got to keep going. I'm pretty awesome. You are. But if you stopped dead in your tracks, what would you do? You probably would not be too happy and you'd be sad. And you might say, why would you be sad? Because you have the power, my friends, to be so much more. That's right. You have the power to be so much more. And what is that power? Well, that power, ladies and gentlemen, is you taking it to an entirely new level. A new level, a new potential. That's astounding. Very astounding. So if I said to you that you have all this potential power, but you never tapped into it, that would surely disappoint you, right? It would disappoint you. And the reason it would disappoint you is because you have that potential within you. You have it. Just start to embrace it. And the only reason you don't embrace it is one reason: you're scared or you're lazy. You're scared or you are lazy. That probably amazes you, doesn't it? Yeah. Because when we start to peel the layers of the onion, right, we start to understand that there's more to that onion. I was having a conversation with a client today, and I learned something very interesting. This will be for another show, but I want to share something with you. So, this client of mine got a gift from his son about, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago. And he sent him this hive, an empty beehive, which is more like the commercial, like what they would work in this like big box with the grates on it. And so the next thing uh, he gets is a delivery many years ago. They call it, I believe it's called a nook. Yeah, a nook. I think it's NUK is a bee like delivery. And so a bee package or a bee nook is something that beekeepers would be getting. Okay. So a bee package or a bee nook. Okay. People say, should I get the bee package or should I get a bee nook? Big decision for new beekeepers. So the basics of a bee package and a bee nook. A 3-pound bee package is the most common way beekeepers nationwide purchase honeybees. The bee package is basically an artificial swarm, and the packages can range from 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds. And you can even purchase the 3-pound packages. It'll give you the best start for a new hive. But it's critical to have 3 pounds of bees in order for the hive to develop quickly. 2 pounds of bees should only be purchased by experienced beekeepers, and a 4-pound package of bees sounds wonderful, but the issues the can feeder can only feed a colony the size of a 3-pound colony. So the packages of the bees are placed in the cage, and the packaged bees are shaken into boxed cage from one or from more frames of strong hives until the desired weight of bees is attained. And a newly matted queen is then placed in a queen cage and hung down by a plastic strip that is stapled on the outside for the beekeeper to easily pull out when the cage is opened. One thing is about the bee packages that they can be shipped through the USPS and UPS, and the bees generally do well in shipping of up to 7 days. And making sure your bee package is insured for shipping, of course. UPS offers next day delivery, and you can get your bees very, very fast. Now, there's a few negative things about the packages. One, newly matted queen cannot be guaranteed on how well she was mated. The bees can potentially freeze in shipment in the early spring months, so you do not want to order your bee shipment too early, and bees can also overheat if shipped too late in the spring. If you're not sure when the best date to ship your bees is, you can always check online for some resources. But bee nooks are normally 2 or 3 frames of broad and 1 to 2 frames of honey pollen. And usually nooks will contain 5 frames in total, and there are 4 frame nooks. But the important thing about them is a lot of people don't recommend them because due to the value proposition, it would be better to just purchase a package of bees. So some things to ask beekeepers. Do I need to get new frames with new combs? Will I get a newly mated queen? How old will the queen be when I pick up my nook? Will I get an established queen? When will my bees be put in the shipping take-home box? So I'm telling you this for a reason. My client invited me to go visit his beehive. Now, I was a little bit petrified. I don't know about you, but when I was probably only in my single digits, I was out playing by our well, and there was a bee over. There was flowers, and I was just really concerned about the bee, and I was, kind of like swatting it away. And I was making the bee nervous, and guess what? The bee stung my arm. Now you can see I can't find where the bee stung me. They told me to take mud and immediately put it on there. Now, when the bee stings you, it dies. So today, I went out there just with this white shirt on, shorts, okay? And I got into the area, and then I got a little closer. And as I got closer, I was starting to get a little nervous because the bees were swarming all around me. And he says, everything's going to be okay. And I decided to take the Y, to take the risk. And I went in closer. I didn't swat anything, do anything. They were flying all around me. I just let them fly. And what I learned today is that the bees don't want to harm you because when they harm you, they die. So just allow them to be, and they don't want to sting you. They really don't. They just want to buzz around. And so the thing about bees, which was really interesting, is I was there for a couple of minutes, really petrified. And these bees just were like swarming all around me and my legs and everything. And knock wood, I didn't get stung at all. Why? Because I listened to somebody who worked with a beekeeper for many years. And I listened to the fact that these bees are not here to harm me. They're not here to hurt me. And so I took the path least traveled, which was I'm going to go close to the bees and I'm not going to be defensive. I'm just going to allow. And the bees just didn't bother me. And this just really amazed me. Bees are not here to sting you, but so many people think that bees are bad creatures. They're not. The worker bees are here to make honey. And we'll talk about that in another show, but I wanted to share that with you because a while back, I would have taken the path that was the most followed, which was get the heck away from these bees, swat them, get away. And they kept telling me everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. They're going to probably, swarm around you, doing their thing, but they're not going to harm you. I just had to remember not to swat them, just be very calm around them. And I was there for a couple minutes, and I was very nervous. But now that I was in the presence of the bees, I felt comfortable that they were probably not going to hurt me. I took the path least followed. And you know what? I appreciated bees. And I'm starting to appreciate what beekeepers do every day. So that was pretty amazing. Take the path that is least followed, and success will be at your doorstep. Ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be with you this fantastic evening and, of course, into the wee hours of, yes, Tuesday morning. I hope you'll like, love, support the channel. Definitely comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, and associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MRLAY Space Serial Entrepreneur. Look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. Make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or perhaps a scrumptious bowl of yummy desserts. Either way, My team and I are going to be very grateful. Those pennies and dollars you invest into us, we'll put into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw dropping motivational content to empower you to become a better version of yourself, to find that 3.0 version that's already inside you that wants to come out and live and create the life that you've been waiting for. So, what are you waiting for? Start harnessing that 3.0 version that's inside you. And it starts by you taking the paths that are least followed. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night and morning. You know what? I'm going to catch you real soon. So be well, everyone. Take care.